So look, you got your song done, you wrote the verse, you wrote the chorus, and it seems like everything's kind of going the way you want it to, except you're missing that core piece to kind of tie everything together. Well, that, my friend, is the bridge. But it is the part of the song that kind of brings the listener in on a more deeper and more intense level than any other part of the song. So if you struggle with writing a bridge, then this is the video for you. Let's get started. Now, being an artist mentor is so much more than just having fun writing songs, talking to different people, and helping them write their music. It is really to help you learn to write, record, and release the songs that God has put on your heart so that you can write the best songs that you were meant to reach and reach the people that you're meant to reach so that you can have more control over your music and walk in purpose without needing the industry to open the door for you. So, get into helping you write the bridge. It's really not all of that exciting, but it ties your song together. Let's get into it. Now, for me, writing a bridge writing a bridge always used to be super, super confusing. I would write and everything would feel kind of lackluster. I felt like I was repeating myself. I felt like I didn't know where to take the song because, let's face it, you have the chorus, your verse, which means telling your story, and I feel like I had already said what I wanted to say. So the bridge to me was just unnecessary. So I was stuck writing verse, chorus, verse, chorus. But like I said earlier in the video, a bridge bridges all or connects all of those pieces together in a way that provides deeper meaning and emotional context to the listener and brings more emotional context to the world that you've built through your song. But for those of you who have always struggled to write a bridge, let's break it up into 3 main sections so that way every time you go to write a bridge you can just repeat this. It has worked wonders for me. The first type of bridge is called an interlude. An interlude is really just music. So there's no words usually. Think of like Alicia Keys' You Don't Know My Name, or if you're listening to a jazz standard and all of the music just drops out. And the music just drops out so that way you can hear everything. And an interlude is used to create space, right? So you want to create space in the song when you have a really wordy song and your chorus is super packed, or when your arrangement is super packed, you want the interlude to just be stripped down. So that would be maybe just piano and drums, or take away the drums and the bass and you just have vocals and strings. Or maybe you just have atmospheric sounds like a pad and that's it. Maybe 2 pads to kind of fill it in. That's it. Literally, it sounds like a cop-out, but trust me, that's what we do. It's not a cop-out when you're doing things intentionally. The second thing is point of view with a key change. And what I mean by point of view is when you're writing the lyrics, right? And say you're writing about, being somewhere with someone and they've been on your mind for a while and you don't know how to get them to change their mind, and maybe you're just struggling with that person. You want the bridge to dive deeper into that emotion. So maybe the emotion is frustration, right? Or aggravation, or I don't know what your song's about, but I don't know. That's kind of what's coming to my mind. So for the bridge, you'd want to dive deeper into those emotions and amplify them. And what I mean by amplify them is maybe say something simple along the lines of, I'm tired of seeing you walk away. I'm tired of seeing XYZ happen every single time. Aren't you tired too? I see the way that you look at her with the freedom in your eyes. And I wonder if maybe you looked at me like that once before. Something like that in your bridge where you can see the contrast between the verse and the chorus. Because if I'm talking about in the verse, I've been in the city for a long time, hoping I can make this right. Blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about myself. Maybe now in the chorus, I'm talking about the other person through my point of view. But then in the bridge, you want to switch over to what I just said and say something that offers the listener another perspective. But you also want the lyrics to be able to relate back to the main point, which is the chorus, or the main solution problem, which is in the chorus. The next thing you want to do is add key changes to your bridge. A key change is when you go from one key to another. For instance, if I'm going from C major to the relative A minor, then you'd have to use maybe a 2-5-1, or you'd have to use a secondary dominant, which, if you're not into theory, we'll get into that in the way future. And lastly, just make a simplified version of your chorus. People think that bridges have to be super elaborate, and they seriously don't have to be. Just simplify them. Take maybe a run or an ad lib, or maybe even take a line or a phrase from your verse or your chorus that you really liked and put it in your bridge. Put a new melody on it, a new rhythm, and just sing it. Simple. Add some different instruments and keep it simple. Super simple. Simplicity is always the best. Now, let's show you how to apply it, and hopefully you guys can move forward and write a bridge. Let's do it. Okay, so as we're recording the bridge, you might just want to keep it simple, and honestly, just use 2 chords and maybe add like a nice little like razzle dazzle in the right hand. So maybe something like this, if we're in the key of C, for example. Oh, and a little side note, you just want to make sure that you are selecting chords that match the emotional intensity that you want. So like minor chords are great for like sadness, heartbreak, you know, feelings like that. Or major chords which induce happiness, joy. I'm going to keep it super simple for this interlude, so maybe something like this. I don't know. So with what I was doing, I was just kind of keeping the bass going of the chords in the bass hand, in the left hand, and I was just arpeggiating the notes on the right hand side. And the chords that I was using was 2 minor, 3 minor, and 4. Super simple, like, and I'm just kind of playing them back and forth. Like, it's really not that complicated as we make it to be. You just want to stop overthinking things and really just go with the flow. Okay guys, so honestly, when you're making a bridge, remember, keep it simple. Pick one out of the 3 and just go from there. Like, it's super simple. Repeat maybe the chorus, and you can even say something that repeats from your verse or repeats from your chorus, or just even ad-lib with oohs and ahs. Don't overcomplicate it. I really hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, like and leave a comment below. Let me know what it is that you want me to talk about next on your musical journey, and happy recording!